thank you very much. You should all have this sheet in front of you now. All right, this is going to be our worksheet. This is how I like to work. It's very interactive. We're going to be doing a little bit of vision. We're going to be closing our eyes a little bit. You know, don't worry, I'm stuck behind this chair, so I'm not going to come and grab your desserts or anything. So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to get your sheet out, a pen and paper, or sorry, pen, and just make some room for yourself to just really engage in this transaction of ideas and thoughts and where we're going with this, okay? Okay, do you have the juicy why up top? Okay, perfect. So here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to put everything down. I want you to close your eyes for a moment, okay? Okay, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine 2014, at the end of 2014. And I want you to imagine what some goals are going to look like, okay? So is it money? Is it sales? Is it participation in activities? Is it events that you've been able to be successful at? Okay, you have that idea, that vision in your mind for a moment. Now what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself a big question. Why is that important? Okay, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to visualize. Look around. Who's with you? Is it family? Is it friends? Children? Loved ones? We all created our business for a reason, as that is to have the ability and the opportunity to create passion in our lives. Our families, to have those goals, and many times as business owners, we work late at nights and on weekends. We don't have opportunities for that to share with our family. I want you to think about those people, and I want you to think about what that's going to look like at the end of the year. Okay? I want you to think about that goal, and now think about sharing that goal with those people that you're thinking about. Now I want you to even think a little bit farther. Think about sharing that goal, and then come November, come December of 2014, that goal doesn't manifest itself. That goal isn't presented, and you can't support the people and give them what you want to share with them. That idea of being able to share that vision with them is not there. For me, it's taking my daughter skiing. She'll be 5 December next year, and I want to take her skiing. If I don't achieve my goals, I'm going to have to let her know, I'm sorry, honey, we can't go skiing this year. Okay, open your eyes. I want you to write down what that goal looks like. I want to just some words around that goal, what it is, just so you can remember it, okay? But I want to know what the why is. Is it a number, $100,000 in sales this year? Great. Why? Okay? Why do you want to achieve those amazing results? What's that juicy goal? What's your key focus on that goal? And if you achieve that goal, so what? What's the important thing? All right, remember this is going to be a take-home assignment, so you can take this home and continue. I want to get through the rest of the exercise. Now, by show of hands, who's made their 2014 plans already this year? Show of hands. Did you put the why in front of it? When you started saying your goals, did you put the why in front of it? No, not really. Now revisit those goals and look at the why. Okay, why do you want to achieve that? Okay? All right, the next thing, a lot of people, in my experience, as I've been coaching and as I've been working, and myself personally, we don't achieve those goals because they're not important to us. Well, how do we establish whether they're important to us? We look at our values. So you'll see in the box down there, I've got a link to the website, and on there is a list of 400 goals. So how do you go through, 400 values. How do you go through those values? Read the words. Print it off, read the words. And if they make sense to you, great, highlight it. If they don't, just ignore it. If you don't know what they mean, don't look them up. It means they don't resonate with you because they're not part of who you are. Okay? Go through this. Okay? It should take about half hour. Okay? But here's some tips. When you go and do this, do it in a room where you're by yourself. Do it at a time. Do it at a coffee shop. Put your iPad on or iPod on. Put some nice music on. Be completely undistracted from the world and just focus on this. It's important. Okay? I have one of my clients. She came to me and she has this amazing business. Absolutely love what she does. She's passionate about it. But unfortunately, her family values collided. Okay? She used to run an event-based business that some of you know that delivered education and parties to children. Parties to children for their birthdays on the weekends. and she would sell to parents in the evenings. She has 4 children. She has a husband. She's deeply devoted to her family, but unfortunately, the window that she was working on her business was the same time that she should be with her family. So the values of family and being with her children and the operational events of the business collided. And there was always a rub, and she had challenges. Okay, where in your business are the values that you have running into the delivery and the execution for your clients? I recommend to plus it up. Take it up to the next level. Do it every day for 5 days. Every day for 5 days. Yes, I know. Do it every day for 5 days, half an hour. The next one is cleaning up relationships. Cleanups. These are key to blocking what we do. Okay, you might not go to a networking event because you have a relationship that you haven't cleaned up, a phone call, a message, a commitment that you haven't honored. Someone yesterday when I was speaking doing the exact same thing, she had been chasing a client for weeks and they were avoiding each other. So she picked up the phone and made the phone call. And boom, she got paid and there was no more challenges. And they all of a sudden showed up at the same networking event. Personally, sometimes for me it happens, I made a big deal of it and the person's like, what are you talking about? So it's all this noise that didn't exist that I created. So creating cleanups is really going to help be one of those key learnings from today about transforming your life. Now, flip over the page, please. This is now the key element of what took my business from mediocre to massive success. Not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 times. Okay? People always ask me, why don't you go and start another business again? Well, I have the opportunity to go and work with amazing clients and help them facilitate their business, and that's much more of a passion of who I am when I did my values. But I'll tell you this exercise transformed my business. Year 1 when I was buying real estate, so for the mortgage broker and the realtors in the room, first year I bought 2 rental properties, second year I bought 2 rental properties. I implemented this system. The third year I bought 22 properties. Now, it's not to impress you that I know how to buy properties and I've got all this money or whatever. It's to impress upon you that the systems that were developed as a result of this create results. So let's look at that. The first box says your failures. Okay? We're all taught now, law of attraction, think positive, do all those great things. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go and look at the failures. Because what do they say? We learn from our past. We learn from our past mistakes. And they aren't failures if we learn from them. So they actually are successes. Okay? So think about a failure. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about something that failed, that bombed, that cost you money, that didn't work. Okay? Now let's think about why. Be honest with yourself. Nobody's going to see this. Nobody's going to see this work. Throw it out afterwards. I don't care. Okay? Why did it? Were you the cause of it? Did you not follow through? Was it someone else? Was it the process wasn't in place? Should you have not really been doing in the first place? Okay? Think about that. Now in the next box, we don't want to spend too much time in the failure side, so let's look at the success. So in the success side, let's do the same thing. What was a success? Now, was it a planned activity that succeeded, or was it an accidental success? Okay? Or was it something that you just kind of walked into and then all of a sudden, bang? I think, sure, my home office, my home basement, I had an 8-foot whiteboard here and I had an 8-foot whiteboard here. And I bring in my staff and we'd sit there for days. What failed? What was successful? What was successful? What failed? And why? We always why'd it down. What was the reasons? Why did it fail? Why did it fail? Why was it successful? Why was it successful? Go through that exercise. It might take a day. It might take 2, 3, 4 days. Okay? And when you're done, look at the failures. Do I want to repeat them again? Do I even want to try them again? If I want to try it, great. Let's look at the learnings and let's work on the goals for 2014 to correct that and move forward in that. So we've got redo the failures with the learnings and fix them. Continue the successes from last year and let's move forward and make them better. And let's add new areas. For me, this year was 72 items. 72 goals that I have for this year. I'm one person. How am I going to do that? Well, I'll tell you the secret to all of this. You break this down to 7 key areas of their business. So sales, marketing, branding, operations, finance, etc. And then you categorize all of those goals. Now what you do in the marketing side is you do one thing and one thing only. You look at your business website maybe. Maybe it's calling Paul. All I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my Facebook. That's my #1 priority. I'm not going to do anything else until that one goal is done. as opposed to having 10 balls up in the air. But if you spend some time focusing on each one of those goals every day, just one little element, you will guaranteed achieve success this year. So how does that work for me? Well, last year I had 5 clients. This year I already have 22 new clients. 22. What's the date? It's not even the end of January. Why? Because I'm learning the success, I'm learning the processes, executing on my plans, and moving forward. All I'm asking you is, let's look at the year different, right? Let's look at the year different because you've tried it all these years in one way, maybe try it a different way, okay? Thank you very much. I'll be around afterwards for questions, but if you want, we're gonna have open discussions now, and but I can be around for questions. Thank you.